Hi, I'm Garrett with IDC Woodcraft, and I'd like to welcome you to this video, especially if you want to put your CNC projects on Etsy to sell them. I'm going to teach you how to set your store up the right way. Maybe you have a store already and you haven't done very well. Well, what you're going to learn in this video is what's wrong with your posting and how to get it fixed so it gets in front of a lot more eyes and get people to buy. So what I'm going to cover here are three things. I'm going to cover the algorithms of Etsy that you need to understand how they work and what you can do to make them work for you. Then we're going to cover the imagery or the pictures that you put up of your projects and what you need to do to make sure that people like what they see and get them to click on that picture. And finally, we're going to talk about your store. Now, what I'm not going to do here is tell you how to set an Etsy store up. There are a lot of tutorial videos out there that will teach you how to do that. So you go find that. My job is to teach you how to get more eyeballs on your products and how to get them moving. I will talk a little bit about charges. It's kind of hard to understand with Etsy, and I don't have my head wrapped around it altogether, but I do know that every time you post a product, they charge 20 cents. And when the sale is done, they take about 11 to 15% of that sale and keep it for themselves. I don't have a problem with that. Etsy has provided us a platform that's really easy to use, doesn't cost a lot, so we can start making money, as individuals. So think of it as a service, and we're just paying them a little bit of the cut of the pie for that service that they're providing. So I think that's about it. All right, so we're going to get into the algorithms, and we're going to get into your imagery, and we're going to get into your store. And by the time you're done, you're going to know exactly how to get your store set up, and you're going to get more eyeballs on you, and you're going to start getting sales. So let's go. Okay, we're in Etsy, and the first thing that we're going to talk about is the algorithm. So you understand this, because once you get this, this will change your game a huge amount as far as the amount of eyeballs that get on your store. So we are going to start off with doing a search. We're going to search for something people make on a CNC machine. Let's search for welcome sign. The first thing I want you to notice is this menu that pops up as you're typing things in. This is what other people are searching for when they type in welcome sign. So typing in this information in behind it. They have welcome sign, front door, wedding, interchangeable pieces, bridal shower, wedding template, baby shower, 4-door, 4-wreath. So I want you to remember this menu that pops up, because I'm going to explain this in just a second. We're going to hit enter, and now we come into a whole bunch of welcome signs. The first thing I want you to notice is what has come up right up top. We have this one that has a plain background, this one that has a crappy background with a crappy lawn and a propane tank behind it. We have this one with a welcome sign leaning against the fireplace. So it's two welcome signs that don't even belong there. We have one by a door, so that's almost staged, except they got a bunch of text right there. Why did these come up on top? That's the kicker. So let's go to this really crappy picture, and we're going to click it, and we are going to look at what they did on their title. Welcome sign with family, name personalized, welcome sign for front door, front porch door, wood sign for porch family sign. So in comes the Etsy algorithm. When people do a search, they are looking for something. And like I just did, you would type in welcome sign. And you're going to get some images, and then you are going to click on an image that you like. The thing that put that image right on top was their brutal abuse of the title. We typed in welcome sign, and we have a title that has welcome written 1, 2, 3 times. Their sign is written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So they've used that word so much. Etsy is seeing that, and it's like amping it up as far as why this comes up on top. Now they've added other keywords in the title: personalized, front porch, front door, front porch door, wood, family. They're using all kinds of keywords that people may type in for this. I don't know if family would really work. I would put more personalized or name instead. But what you want to do is you want to go into that search box and type in welcome and see what all pops in, and then add these words that are after it to it. Welcome sign. I'd also put the word signs in here in the title. You have, I think, up to 200 characters that you can add into here. So put it in there. Here's the way to construct this. Your first 3 or 4 words should say what it is. After that, just pepper in the words or short phrases that people might be looking for. I want to show you my Etsy store, which I'm not very proud of right now. I'm going to do a lot of work to it because I'll show you. It's messy. Okay, I actually do very well on this clamp, and I do good on this flag. But we're going to go into this clamp here, and I want you to look at my title. 21 clamps for CNC router, ultra flexible, vector, G-code, files, make your own, save money, hold down, work holding, clamping, wood, G-code, DXF, PDF, and SVG. Now there's a couple things that don't belong here. Save money, make your own, they don't belong there. So I need to find other words for clamps that CNC owners, CNC router owners would use for this type of thing. I would probably make work holding 2 separate words as well. Brutalize this. The next thing Etsy is looking for are tags. You're going to have tags, and you should use all the keywords that are your product. If it's a welcome sign, you say welcome sign, welcome, sign, house, door, personalized, family, whatever the most common keywords that come up, that's what you want to plug into your tags. Stretch your imagination. In the description of the product, I am a storyline person. I will always tell a little bit of a story in the very beginning that's trying to engage them. And I will always use the keywords in the first couple of paragraphs. Now, the storyline doesn't have to be very long. Just something to engage them emotionally, but to use the tags. And then give them all the details. It's 5 foot tall, 6 inches wide. It weighs this much when you ship. This is the refund policy, blah, blah, blah. Answer all the questions that they can ask. And every time someone emails you with a question, type it in the description, the answer, so you don't get asked that again. Okay, so I think you get the drift. Just by doing this, you will put more eyes on your product because Etsy is using your title as the reference. That'll get more eyeballs on you. So back to welcome signs, or pictures where the welcome sign doesn't even belong, gets up on top. Because every one of these 3, these 4 here, or 8, have abused the title immensely. Sometimes you don't even need to make sense. Look at this. They have sing, welcome sing. So for those that mistype the word sign, brilliant. One of the biggest mistakes most people make on their Etsy stores is they use short tail titles. Welcome sign for front door. That's it. It's not enough. You're going to be way down the line. One of the other things I just want you to know is When you get all this stuff in there, be a little patient. Let Etsy's algorithms catch up with you. All right, so let's get on to images. The second most important thing that has to happen when someone does a search and now your stuff is starting to show up. Good images. So let's dive back into Etsy and we're going to talk about it. All right, so we got to that. Now the next one, we're going to talk about images. So let's do a search for something different. Let's do, I think I'll do nurse ornament. So not necessarily CNC unless it's laser burnt, but this will give you a good idea. What can I make CNC? Cutting boards. Cutting boards. Before I move in, look, there's a whole bunch of stuff that shows up here. All this stuff should be in your title. All these little Father's Day, handmade, wood, wedding gift. Okay? Cutting boards. Enter, and we're going to look at pictures. So why would this come up on top? I wouldn't even know that this is a cutting board if it randomly showed up. I would wonder what it is. A beautiful piece of cherry, maybe? Oh, whatever you pronounce that as. Beautiful piece of wood. You can give me a comment down in the description. Tell me how to pronounce that. Okay. This is a nice picture. It's been brightened up. It's got a knife. It's got a little lemon next to it, so it's okay. We know it's a cutting board. That tells us it's a cutting board. The area is clean. This picture is dark. I would brighten that picture up. Almost wouldn't know it's a cutting board unless I was actually searching for cutting boards. The grapes don't really tell me that. I would be putting a knife on this and a block of cheese just like someone like this does. I still don't think this is a good picture. Well, that's a cutting board. We know it's a cutting board because of that. So what's the deal with pictures? When people shop, they are visual. They don't type something in and then go read the titles to see if that's what it is. They type something in and look at a picture, and if the picture is appealing to them, they will click on it. If it's not, they will move on. So your picture has to appeal to people at an emotional level. So here's what I mean. This does not appeal to me at an emotional level, nor does this. This is a functional picture. It tells me dimensions. I'm assuming it's a cutting board because I typed in cutting board and that little drain cut around it indicates that it's a cutting board too. The one that's going to give me feeling and emotion is one where I see it being used. I'm not finding them. This isn't bad. I mean, you got a knife there. These people purposely put food in here. This is completely staged, and that's what you want to do. Picture's too dark. Brighten all your pictures. Nice and bright, but they're all stacked up. Not very good. Here's one. Okay, this is what I like. And this is the essence that I want you to work with in your pictures. We know that this is a cutting board because there's a piece of cheese on it, there's a knife, and that cheese has already been sliced. So this has already been used, and there's a subliminal message that goes on when we see that. We're not really paying attention to that, but this is the key factor in this picture right here. They need to brighten the picture up. Okay, so what's wrong with this picture? It's outside in the grass on a couple of pieces of board. Seriously, not good. So here's the other thing I want you to do. Everybody's staging the same way. They put knives on it. They put the grapes on it. They'll put a little food around it. It's too much the same stuff. So you have to become different. This is an hors d'oeuvre tray, but there's so much stuff on it you can't even see it. You need to be different. How can you make your cutting board picture stand out above the rest? Number one, you brighten it up. Number two, take 100 pictures of your board with different lighting angles so you can thumb through them and say, that one feels right. Number 3, put it to use in a clean way. And I don't see a single one here. Everybody's staging a little bit of food on it and a knife. Oh, I wish I could find something that's showing it's being used. I can't find one. You will stand out if you show it being used. So make it, okay, there's one. That's been used. I would put a hand in there of somebody carving something, chopping something. Okay, that's going to be action. That shows the use for it. Let me show you, let's take a look at pens. P-E-N-S. I'm going to type in pen instead, because there is a certain picture I want to hope to find. I've done some research. These are all just pictures of pens. They're nice pictures. That needs to brighten up. That's, I don't know. That's not a good picture. Okay, this is teacher pencil glitter pen. Not nearly enough. Writing, school, education, student, kid, kids. All those words should be in there. Okay, but this is not a good picture, and they don't have many sales, and the reason is because I clumped it all together. You can't tell that these are necessarily personalized pens, and the pens are upside down in the picture. They should be pointing downward. But they had to do that in order to get the names. So here's one with somebody holding pens. Picture's dark. Nice bright picture. Beautiful. It's girls. It's for girls. What I'm looking for is someone writing with a pen, and you won't find it. So let's say you turn pens, and you want to show action, and none of these pens show action. They're just pictures of the pens. So what I would do, take one of your pens. A friend who watches the channel, he makes several pens. One is a bolt action pen. I would take a picture of a soldier writing a letter, but not showing the soldier, but just showing his hand enough to know that he's wearing camis, and you can see the camis faded out in the background like his legs or something like that. So it's very clear he's military. That sends a subtle message. For a pen that might be like this, you want to set that stage with a document on a professional desk, very professional looking document with a professional looking stamp, and somebody with a suit on, white shirt that's coming out of the suit, looks like $1 million, has a cufflink on it, and they're signing a contract, just getting ready to sign a contract. And on that contract should be written in small letters as part of it, $1,535,000. We won't see that as a shopper, but we're sending home a strong message that this is a pen for power for him. And in the title should say executive, CEO, gifts for him, things like that. Graduate. All right, so I got off the subject of pens, pictures a little. No, I didn't. Show your stuff being used in a clean way. When it comes down to it, we are visual people. We look at pictures first, and we will pass things up based on the picture. Get your feelings into the pictures. Pay attention to the periphery of the picture, the brightness of the picture. And think about the product that you have and the feeling you want it to express. If it's a man cave item, put that thing on the wall in the man cave, and make sure that the background is faded out of focus, but it's very clear that it's a man cave, and have the man in his plaid shirt doing some work at his workbench, something like that. Whatever the feeling that is in that thing, you want to emanate that into real life in the image. All right, I just can't stress enough how important pictures and staging are. All right, let's get back into this. Okay, here's what I mean. I'm going to try to find one. We're going to do coffee mugs. There's one that I found that really grabbed my attention. Coffee mug. And look, a bunch of stuff shows up for coffee mug. All right, so we're going to go into that. There. Someone's using it. Someone's holding it. They're warm. They're comfortable with that sweater on. And it's a woman, so it's obviously for a woman. I wouldn't. That doesn't do anything to me. This one right here. There's a lot of attention paid to this picture. Now, one of the flaws I see is it's a little too dark. It says homebody on it, and they kept the homebody essence of a very simple but elegant and comfortable feel, and they have coffee pouring into the cup. So I want to show you what I mean by pictures. This is an action picture. It's just in the morning. It feels good. It looks good. You're a homebody in the morning. And they're not pouring it out of a regular coffee cup. This is like a carafe from a French press or something. But here's the picture that really got my attention, right there. So as people thumb through this picture, the coffee's being poured. And now it's sitting on the table. The person is sitting next to the window, chilling out with her cup of coffee. She's got it palmed in her hand, which I'm not sure is so good. I would have rather see her holding on to it, but it's morning. The sun is coming in this way. And she's very comfortable. She's got a candle in there. You don't see the candle when you see these pictures. You get the feeling. The whole thing about this is we don't really pay attention to the boundaries of the picture, but our subconscious does, this unconscious part of us that sends home a feeling. You remember I talked about the pen and show someone who is an executive who has well dressed signing a contract that has typed on it $1,400,000 some odd dollars. We don't see that, but the subliminal or subconscious mind sees that and gets that little impression. So here's this person chilling out, and there's another kitchen, and then there's this one. And this is a cool picture because now the sun has gone up a little bit, and it's a bright picture. They brightened it up, and there's a calmness about it. It's a very clean picture. There's no junk in the background. This picture, all these pictures are staged intentionally. Then they've got some other ones here. And then they go into some other stuff. So this is what I mean by staging your pictures to get feelings into them. This one, I would probably have cropped this little area out and maybe some, so you're seeing the person's hand with the sun and the coffee's being poured into it. That's an action picture, and it's still calm because there's a very pure background. Pictures say 1,000 words. And you want to make your pictures different from everybody else. Understand that the background of the picture is going to speak to the feelings of the person as well as the picture of the particular object itself. One other picture I want you to see. We'll come back to these nurse things, but this one right here. This has a sense of I am a nurse because of the background faded out imagery. Someone is holding it up and showing it to somebody proudly. And the color tone of the picture is good. We'll talk about this a little more. All right, we're going to get back to this. All right, so let's go into a store. I think you have an idea of pictures. just want to analyze some of the other pictures. This picture should be number 1. But this person's selling pen cases, pen set, pen box. So they're selling the box. We're going to go in their store. Wooden Craft, Texas. Okay, so they make some boxes, they make some pens, and they have a ring right in the middle of this. So, biggest mistake CNCers make is they pepper all kind of crap into their store and they don't have any consistency. And this is just like that. Okay, there's a ring right there. This doesn't give me a sense of order in the store. Each picture is taken in a kind of a different format. This is with a black background, this is with a wood background, there's no background, there's dark background, something else. Now it's on a pad. So this person is not being consistent. Now they're getting into shirts. Which one of these things does not like the other? Which one of these things doesn't belong? You remember that in Sesame Street? This person needs 3 stores. A pen store, a shirt store, and a ring store. A box store. The gift box store. Okay, your store needs to be clear to the customer. If you don't have clarity and uniformity in your store, you're sending out a confusing message to your customer because you don't have a clear store. And I'm going to give you an example of a very crisp, clear store. So I'm going to do, did I do it already? Nurse ornament. And we go to this store. This person is doing quite well. And I'm clicking on that ornament. Okay, very clean picture, very clear. There's one subject. It's for a girl nurse who's graduating. Very, very clear ornament. Very clear what this is. And it says it all over in the title. We go into the store, and I want you to watch this. When I talk about uniformity and clarity, every picture's background is the same. The store looks so uniform. They've got a lot of different product, but it's all ornament, nothing else, and every picture is uniform. So we've covered 3 really important things by example. Number 1, how to abuse the title of your product. Use every single word that you can find that somehow relates to your product that people are searching for. And when people search for it, Etsy's going to pull you in there. Number 2, your pictures make all the difference in the world. That picture of the welcome sign and the yard and the house, they lose sales because of that. Because they're showing a crap background and they're not showing uniformity in their pictures in the store. Pay ultra close attention to your pictures. Make sure your pictures have this sense of emotion behind it. You really have to pay a lot of attention, or take a lot of time, take a lot of images, and pay a lot of attention to the staging that you do. Vital. And don't stage like other people. You want to stage a little bit different that catches the attention. One of the things I like to do is throw things out of balance a little bit. Not a symmetrical picture, but put it where it just kind of, they have to take a second look. But at the same time, make it a very appealing picture. Brighten the picture up. Don't make it shadowy. And then finally, your store, clean it up. Don't have rings and wood plaques and then carving boards and the welcome signs all in the same store. It's confusing, it's messy, and your backgrounds, be as consistent in the color tones as you can be. That's why you want to refine down. Welcome signs belong in welcome stores. That's it. Your pens belong in a pen store. Keep it all separated, and that'll help you stand out. So you've gotten the 3 most important tips. If this is helpful, give me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Any suggestions that you might have or corrections. Love to hear it. And that'll help all the other Etsy people here. And you might want to subscribe to this channel. I teach about CNC across the board, how to make money with it, how to do Etsy. I do one-on-ones with people, help them with their business, teach them about CNC routers, and I teach you how to design them and stuff like that too. And if you want a set of router bits, beginner set, the complete set because you don't know where to get it, down below is a link to get the full set. And some free vector files with it. All right, that's all of my announcements. This is Garrett. Thumbs up. Hope you have a great day, better tomorrow, and happy CNCing.